Welcome friends, I am Urmila Gurgude and this book is for 4th grade. Today we are going to learn some basic informations of landscapes, especially the western art. Understand? So here we have some pictures and some information too, and moreover activities. So let's have a look. Page number 38, landscape paintings. Draw a picture using the steps given below and color it. Here we have three types of steps. Let's read that. Close your eyes and think of your visit to a garden, park, or the playground in your school. So close your eyes and think about the experience you taken already in the garden or park or playground of your school. Okay, and after that think of all the detail you can remember about the typical day at that place. Particular day you can remember because on that day you enjoyed the time with your friends or with your family, and that experience is very nice and beautiful you ever experienced, and you remember it well. So try to remember all the things happened there, the weather, the objects, and so these related points also you have to remember on that typical day. Understand? Typical means that particular day. And now the third stage is that list down at least 5 things that you can think of and prepare a rough drawing below. Draw the surroundings also. So here remember that particular day and that particular experience of your own and the connected things, the different objects. If you eat ice cream there, you can remember. If you played seesaw there, you can remember. So all these related things, try to remember it well and list them well at first and choose only 5 of them, and after that try to draw rough drawing to prepare a nice picture. Understand? These type of activities like these. So welcome to the next page. This experience is your own, so try it on your own basis. Come to the next page 39. What is a landscape painting? So here we have two landscape paintings. Landscape painting, also known as landscape art, consists of natural scenery such as mountains, valleys, trees, rivers, and forests. In this chapter we will look these two. We will look at two types of landscape paintings. Western landscape paintings with origins in countries like Netherlands, Rome, France, etc. And the second one is Chinese landscape painting with origins in China. So Western arts paintings are there. This type of paintings generally we seen in Netherlands, Rome, and France countries, and in China their landscapes are like this. Understand? Now, what is the difference between the two? Let's discuss. Here we see Western landscape paintings were made to depict sceneries as realistically as possible in terms of placements of objects, colors, light, etc. So in this painting more and more real objects we see. The scenery is very much similar to the natural scenery, very very natural. We cannot understand whether it is a painting or a photograph. It looks like a photograph, a real photograph. Very much similarities in the real picture and the painting. So they always try to depict that type of sceneries very very realistically. So we can see here water, mountains, clouds, sky, then different types of trees are there. The atmosphere is very very natural. And look at this. The Chinese landscape paintings were mostly made to convey harmony between people, nature, and universe. So they are always trying to form a harmony. Harmony means what? A nice communication, a nice connectivity we called as harmony. A nice feeling is there. We can understand with the nice harmony. The harmony is showing the connection of universe, peoples, and that atmosphere, that nature. And for that particularly they use some specific colors and related shades. These are the main difference between the two. The Western landscape paintings were very detailed and used actual colors. Actual colors, which color we see in nature, that actual color they try to prepare and apply as much as possible, whereas the Chinese landscape paintings were usually black and white and made with ink. They usually use black and white ink and some particular special colors. They don't try different types of shades. Okay, come to the next page, 40. Here background and foregrounds are there. So which one is background and which one is foreground? Let's see. Different types of layers in landscape paintings. We observe two layers in landscape paintings. Which are they? Foreground and background. The foreground is the part of the scene that is near the viewer. So nearer objects, nearer things which are shown in that particular picture are present in foreground. It is always in the lower section of the picture. This area contains more details and is brightly colored. So bright shades are used there because the scene is very nearer to us. Viewers means who? We, people only. And the background is back to the foreground. The background is a part of the scene that is furthest from the viewer. Both details and color intensity will reduce as you move into the background. As we move into the background, the color intensity, color brightness reduce as we go inside the background, and detailness also reduce. We can't understand the clear outlines of that particular objects. We simply feel that object is there. We cannot understand that particular shade or the particular outline. And as comparatively the objects present in background, the objects present in foreground are very clear. We can understand the clear outline, clear shades, clear colors, their applications, and all the objects used there, all the outlines we can clearly see and understand too. Okay, now two lines are here. Foreground and backgrounds are very important parts of any landscape. Having a clear foreground and background gives depth to the painting. So each and every landscape having these two ground, middle ground also, there is also middle ground, but here only two grounds are given. And one more line, depth. We can show depth in our picture through these two grounds. As we go inside the background, that means that is depth only. We can show as much distance as we can do it. Understand? So to show the depth, we use a background space in our picture. Now come to the next 41. Observe this given painting. When we observe this given painting, 4-5 points we can understand. Let's see that. Which are they? The Honorable William Monson and his wife Anne de Bournier in a painting by Arthur William Davis done in 1786. So 1786 means very old painting it is. This one is the background and this all is foreground. This all curved portion, this all curved portion is foreground. The bright colors, dark colors, color intensity is clear. We can understand which color is this. And in background, so see this patch, round patch. Here we cannot understand which are the proper shades or which are the proper colors. We cannot indicate this is green or blue or any name of that color. We cannot understand, and we cannot understand where the first object's outline breaks and connects the other objects. We cannot understand the clear outlines here, but here when we look at this, all this portion, we can understand the clear outlines, clear brightness. We can understand the colors of that particular objects or the actions of that particular objects, their heights, their emotions, their actions, and we can understand what is the situation shown in that picture. The trees, big trees, small trees, then leaves forms. Here the form is different, here the leaf form is different. We can understand it well. All these things, when we can understand, that space is called as simply foreground, and which we cannot understand very furthest. As we go inside that picture, we can understand the space is very long from the nearer objects. We are watching nearer objects in the foreground, and we can feel a very long distance, the depth in the picture, because of these two grounds. So these two grounds are very important. See here, the couple in the painting are drawn in a detailed manner and appear the brightest. Look further into the painting and you will find it. When we look at this background, we will find these 3 points. The colors seem to get lighter. The colors lighter more than the foreground colors. Okay, the details are lost as the depth in the painting increases. As the depth increases, the details slowly lost. We cannot understand. Here it is a house, hut or tree or any empty space where is ground. We cannot understand all these forms, because as we go far, very what we say, inside that picture, we cannot understand the clear forms too. So all the details vanishes only. All the details decreases, reduces. Trees behind are not as detailed as the couple in the front. So the couple in the front is very detailed as compared to the objects shown in background. Let's turn the page. Label the foreground and background in the given below picture. So we can easily understand which one is the foreground and which one is background. That things we can understand clearly. All the bright colors, dark shades we can see in these portion is foreground. And when the forms reduces their intensity, color intensity, or the clear outlines more, we don't see the more and more details, vanished outlines, vanished color, light colors, all these things we observe in this empty space, this big space. So this one is foreground and this one is background. Observe and write. So write here foreground, background, color and details of the object. In the color we can write here, in the foreground colors are bright, color intensity also very high, and as compared to the background the color intensity is very low and there is no much brightness, and colors also very light. Okay, and in the foreground details of the object, details of the objects, here we can clearly understand a cow, dog, sheep, goat, tree, and two persons are there. We can clearly understand their clothes style, shoes, here grass, a big tree, then small bushes are there, the rocks, small rocks are there. We can understand all these things here clearly in foreground, and compared to the background we cannot understand the clear forms of trees, clouds, here is water or other thing. We cannot understand it clearly. We can only feel the very very deep depth here. And cloudy sky we can understand. Okay, so you can write this type of information in these two boxes. Come to this next page, page number 43. Chinese landscape paintings. Both are Chinese landscape paintings. Chinese landscape paintings are one of the longest enduring forms of art. They seek to unite man with nature and universe. The paintings have two layers, foreground and background. The foreground usually consists of people, animals, buildings, forest. The background often includes elements such as hills, mountains and sky, which are usually so huge to give an impression that they are reaching the heaven. Heaven means, you know that what is heaven? Where the God live. Usually they draw mountains, clouds, all these things related to the sky, and in the foreground nature we can see, means trees, animals, birds are chirping there, then some human figures are there, then thick forest they also draw in foreground. Okay, and all the things are very very big, seems like they all reaches to the heaven and we can connect with the God like this. So their theme is very clear. They connect, they unite man with the nature, whole universe. So whole universe is only connected to all these things like a rounded earth. So very very deep thought is there in that type of pictures. Okay, see the image first and image 2. Observe these two images, means two pictures, and write down the related information here. List the objects in the foreground. So you can find that things are clear and we can understand that place is foreground only. Okay, list the objects in background, and the background is what, where we cannot understand things. Here we can understand this is a big ground, we can understand, and the color is also bright, we can understand. So this is not a background, this one is background, very small background is there, understand. Here big background is there, and the small foreground is there. So different these two forms, what we said, the differentiation of these two background and foreground, these grounds is different here. So if we consider here 30-70, so here also 30-70, but vice versa, foreground is 30 and 70 background, and the background is 70 and foreground foreground is 70 and the background is very small one, 30% only, as we taken as this picture space is 100%, like this. So what you can understand, you can write here. We see the birds are there, trees are there, some big stones are there, then one road, one human figure, some small stones are there. Write all the things which you can understand. And here also find out which things are there. Very big thick forest is there, many trees are there, you can write here. Grass also we can see. Then this suppose this is water, or I think this is the water, so there is a water, you can write it. So around that water big mountains are there, write it down like this. So observe these two pictures. Maybe the observation differs because someone taken this space as ground, or someone taken this space as river. So it depends on your observation. Both the answers are correct, no problem. Turn the page. Create a western landscape painting by drawing different things in the background and foreground, and then color it using oil pastel. So create western landscape here and Chinese landscape here. Simply copy that pictures here, copy all the forms and color also copy. Here craft time, we will see that craft pop-up card just now, no problem. A small activity is there. Turn the page. Look at this. This is what we will make today. We need only one sketch pen, then this type of color sheet and this type of color sheet only. So draw and cut a star shape from the brown sheet of paper. This is brown sheet of paper. We have to cut a star shape only. Fold the pink sheet of paper into half like a card. Okay. Paste the arms of the star in such a way that the pointed end aligns with the center crease. So, center crease we have to make here for the star shape, and in the card too. So using that center crease, paste only tips of that star. After that, these two strips, and when we design or draw the eyes, nose and mouth, all the details, and writing here a nice message for our teacher. So in this way the pop card is ready. So let's do it. So friends, we have these two papers back side in our textbook. So draw a star shape here. I cut it already. So keep these brown papers aside and form a middle crease. Then open it like this. Hold this middle line, crease it well, then open it. After that, we have to stick this star shape here. So before stick it, draw eyes, nose mark and mouth. in this way. Only apply glue on the tips. We have to wait, let it dry. So come to the next step. We need 2 brown strips to decorate the front page. Well, use our sheet again. Apply glue on them. Well, there is the cap. This way. Here, paste one strip. This way, and the second one downside. Very simple. Now draw some doodle patterns using red sketch pen. So draw patterns like this. Draw designs on your choice. Sufficient this much. Well, we draw here one circle. This way. When we open, write message. Happy Teachers Day. You can decorate your own cart in this way. Try it at home. We will meet in the next period. Till then, good day, goodbye, and take care.